Mr.Iconix Radio. I'm so lit today. We have the star herself, the beautiful, the amazing Ashley Toman. I don't need to get no introduction. I mean, I just need to say Ashley in the building. Listen, how you feeling, girl?
I'm good. Thank you for having me today.
All right, beautiful day so far, huh?
Yes.
Ashley, you've been on the scene for a long time, and I just want to say, I'm very proud of you, girl. You've been out here hustling for a long time. Get it in.
Yeah. I feel like the last 10 years have been really just going out. I mean, I've been singing my whole life, but this last 10 years I've been going at it pretty hard.
Literally.
Here in Houston, yeah.
Born and raised from?
Born and raised in Houston. I moved to Nashville for college briefly. I actually used to sing country, so I was in Nashville, wanted to be the next Carrie Underwood. That was my dream, and then things have had a way of realigning. Each chapter has just continued to realign in ways that were not my plan, but I feel like God just comes in and is like, hey, that, what you think is for you might not necessarily be for you. So wanted to sing country. I got sick. I got mono. I got really sick. Moved back home and kind of stopped singing for a little bit. This was before I was really on the scene. This was 2010, 2011,
right,
when I was in college, and then kind of got back serious in the music scene around 2013. I did the Matthew Knowles showcase. That's when I feel like kind of got on the scene, because I was the only white girl singing R&B music. And
listen, first of all, you weren't just the only white girl. Listen, I have known you. Mm-hmm. We've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
But seeing you literally cross over, mm-hmm, and then walk into rooms where everybody dropping Jill Scott, Lil Erykah Badu, mm-hmm, all that. You come in hold on, y'all ain't gonna leave me out, and you just drop a Adele bomb, vocally, and then you wouldn't just stop there. I mean, you didn't hit the Tevin Campbell on the people, mm-hmm, every now and then. You're not afraid to cross over, and that's what I've always respected about you.
Thank you.
No, thank you, girl, because you really represent Houston artists, and you've been doing that. Vincent Powell has played a major role, in your musical career as well.
Yeah, we've done a lot of shows together, and he's put me on in a sense. He's had me come perform in a lot of his shows. He's been in studio sessions with me, so yeah, he's a good friend of mine.
If y'all don't know Vincent, the one and only Mr. American Idol himself, represents Houston.
He was top 10, I think, on American Idol.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Yeah,
that's Vincent. He's always looking to bring the community together. Mm-hmm. I remember there was an event that you used to always do at the Red Cat Jazz Cafe.
Yeah.
yes, get in there, get on stage and do your thing. What was it like, or what has it been like, to be a crossover artist, going from country into R&B, then breaking into the music scene, into some of the places?
I feel like it's been also a journey, because I actually started musical theater. I did Broadway when I was young, did musical theater, and then country, and then I feel like it took a while to find my voice, because for the longest time I wanted to shy so far away from country, because people would be oh, do you sing country? And I'm no, trying to make it I'm doing R&B, until it really kind of solidified that sound. It's not really R&B, it's some people say Blue Eyed Soul, Joss Stone, Amy Winehouse.
Yes.
That's kind of my sound, and I feel like it's taken a long time to really solidify my sound and really be confident in my sound. But I would say I'm a pop soul singer. But as far as songwriting, I've kind of started doing a little bit more songwriting now. I started business doing songwriting. I ended up writing for Chaka Khan, and I feel like with my writing, I've almost kind of gone back to my roots. I've learned that I'm not going to shy so far away from country, because that is a part of me. That's how I learned how to write. The whole world, the country world and the R&B world, is so different. Yeah. I learned how to write in Nashville, sitting down with a journal. You don't see that anymore. Everyone's just kind of go in the booth and just the R&B world is different, and I'm glad that I learned how to write that way too, because it helped me to just kind of find hooks faster. But I feel like I've kind of been able to combine the two worlds, so now it's I can look back and be okay, those are my roots, but I still I've learned how to write in the R&B world, so it's kind of combining both worlds. So
watching your journey has been very interesting, because you literally live the life of an artist. From a performer to a recording artist to like the hustle and bustle, like you were literally out there getting it at one point. Traveling to LA, look, I used to be on live like, where's she going there? What? Yeah. People don't understand like the backstory of like what it really takes to be an artist and literally finding that moment where you say, okay, I'm gonna keep going. Some of the things that I've been able to see coming from you has always been like going at it nonstop. Yeah. What was it like when you moved from Houston to LA?
Well, I was going back and forth for a while. I didn't move right away. I was going back and forth, and then I moved in 2017, and I was only there for like a year, like actually living there. Yeah. It was good and bad. It was many ups and downs.
I know. I remember. I was like, this girl is like for real about it.
I got mugged when I was there, so it was really crazy. Like just so many crazy things that happened where I felt like the enemy was trying to tell me like, hey, this isn't for you, and you're not listening to me, and if you continue to not listen to me, like more crazy shit's gonna happen. I feel to this day that I'm not called to live in LA right now, but I did make some cool connections there that I'm forever grateful for. Like Zen Lounge was like owned by Tisha Campbell and Dwayne Martin, and that was kind of like the Red Cat of LA, and it was like R&B music, and
I remember seeing you perform. Yep.
Zen Lounge was like the first place where I had no credits. I had done nothing. Like I didn't even have original music out. Really, all I had was my voice.
So back up. Wait. Okay. So before you got to LA,
I didn't even have. Well, no, I think I had one song out, a song called "Own It," which was like super pop.
I remember.
Yeah.
Own It.
So "Own It" was the only song that I had like available for streaming. That was it. So it's like I hadn't written for anyone. I really hadn't done anything except for what I've done in Houston. Yes, people in Houston knew me, but nobody knew me in LA. It was just like a random girl. Yes, I could sing, but so could everybody. Yes, I'm a white girl singing R&B music, but there are a lot of that. There was a lot of that. So Zen Lounge was like the first place that was like, we don't care, we just like, we like you, so come back. And I kept coming back. I didn't care. I didn't care that I wasn't getting paid. Eventually I was like, okay. But at first I didn't care. Like I was literally like, I will pay to sing here. I just want to sing. I want to sing. So they gave me a platform, and I got to open almost every Friday for Tisha Campbell during her show. I was like the opener, and I would just come sing like one song, and I was cool with that. And
that was good.
Yeah, and then I kind of feel like that kind of got, I mean, I wouldn't say like known in LA, because LA's LA, but it just kind of people starting to get familiar with.
I ain't too many Ashley Toman's running around now. That's for sure.
Yeah, so then it, as far as songwriting, that wasn't something I planned to do. It was something I kind of fell into. And then it's been a crazy journey.
I think that telling your story is very, very important, because you never stop. Even though you didn't have nothing, you were like, I'm going to LA. I don't care. Like, I'll pay to perform.
Yeah.
Sacrifice.
It was literally like renting a room from like an Airbnb. Like I had visited and stayed in this Airbnb, and then I was like, hey, can I just continue like renting a room? And it was like, yeah. And then that's actually the same guy, shout out to him, that that got me my first placement, which was really random. When I was searching on Airbnb, it was like, we only want musicians to stay here. We have a studio in the house. I was like, okay, cool. And
oh, wow.
Yeah. And so he had a studio in his house and was like, can you write this little hook? Like, didn't know what it was for. Sure, I'll write this hook, whatever. And that was for the 75th anniversary of Disney's Bambi. So that was my first placement. But at the time, I was still like, okay, whatever. I still want to be an artist. And then, I still am an artist, because there's some people, I feel like there's confusion. They're like, are you still an artist? Yes, I'm still an artist, but songwriting has just really kind of taken over to a degree where I never knew it could. I started a business last year where I started offering consultations to people and helping pitch their music for like sync licensing placements, because that's really where it's at now, is getting your music placed in TV and film. Right. So I started getting some placements. I got a placement like a month ago in the CW on a show called All American. So that's kind of been my focus. So I'm not as much on the scene. You're not going to see me all the time.
It's called getting chicks.
Yeah.
It's called getting chicks.
Yeah. So but I do still love to sing. Like the other night, I did sing at Hank and Pilot. I was like, I'm just going to sing because I want to sing. So it's like, if my soul feels compelled to sing, I'm going to sing. And if it's the right situation to perform and have a show, then I'll do it too. But it's got to make sense. So yeah, I haven't been performing as much.
but you got placements.
Yeah.
I think that watching you on your journey in Houston to see you now has been phenomenal. Congratulations, girl.
Thank
like
you.
Hands down, because most people they get caught in Houston. They're cool in where they are, and they're just okay with just being known. But you stepped on nothing. I ain't never seen you without your mama and your daddy.
Yeah.
Because they have been a major. I remember when you sung at the one of the Astros games or something like that. You know, people watch you. We are very proud of you. What was it like singing at the Astros game?
It was actually a very scary experience because the reverb was so bad.
Not the reverb.
The reverb was so bad to the point where like I couldn't hear myself. Like once I started singing, the echo was terrible, and so now I've been terrified to sing the national anthem ever since.
Okay, we're gonna fix that. Okay, but overall, there was a lot of stuff that came out of that as well. A lot of recognition. You killed it. Period. Okay, vocally, you delivered. What do you think has been like your best moment thus far? Because your journey has been definitely a journey. But what has been like your best moment?
Oh my gosh, my best moment?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say writing for Chaka Khan, I guess for me was
period.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, you just don't say, "Oh, I just wrote for Chaka Khan." Like, no. That is the queen. Like,
well, and I like to clarify, the whole song wasn't sang by her. She was featured on the song. So
okay.
Clarify. I always clarify that. She was featured on the song, but that situation was after the Disney situation. I was in LA. I wasn't living in LA at the time. I was visiting, and we were basically, this producer was like, "Can you come in and write a song about climate change?" I wasn't gonna go. I was like, I don't know anything about climate change. I was tired. I was like, I'm so tired. Like, I don't know anything about climate change, and like they were paying me to be at this session, and I just didn't really want to go. But for some reason, I felt compelled. Like, I should go. Like, I'm gonna go. I don't know what this is about.
Right.
And we had to keep going back to the studio like a couple different times, and then found I got picked up. We didn't know what it was picked up for. We're like, okay, the song is picked up for a placement for a commercial for like environmental change, and then found out the Chaka Khan Foundation was going to be involved, and then Chaka Khan was going to be involved, and then she was in the video, and I got to be in the video with her.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I got to take my parents to her concert and meet her, and Anthony McDonald, wait, that's his name, right?
I hope so. Look, I hope so. If it ain't, my bad.
Opened for her, and like apparently that was like my dad's favorite artist, so he opened for her, and yeah, it was like a whole thing. So I'd say that was probably the best moment so far.
Wow.
Yeah.
You took your parents to meet Chaka Khan.
Yeah.
And then seen the concert. Listen.
Yeah.
I ain't been to a Chaka concert, so next time, please.
It was amazing.
Add another seat.
And the fact that she's like 70 years old.
Period.
She's like
and delivered
on a U.S. tour doing her thing. Yeah.
Period. I think once we get a chance to actually meet someone that we've looked up to and we've grown up listening to, it makes us feel a certain type of way.
Yeah.
How did you feel knowing that you were working for a project included with Chaka Khan? Like, how did that feel?
It was crazy. I felt like I read it wrong when I read it, because it was like, I was like, Chaka Khan Foundation. I was like, wait, Chaka Khan, like the singer Chaka Khan? He was like, yeah, Chaka Khan. I was like, okay. And then I got to go to South by Southwest and sit on a panel too, and that was cool, because I was like on the other end. Like, I've never been on that end where I'm the one on like a panel. Shout out to Vincent, because back to Vincent, he actually had me come to one of his events for his vocal students, and I got to sit on the panel too. So like, being able to do something like that has been cool, just because I've never been on the other end of it. Normally, I'm the one that was attending everything.
Judged or looking or
yeah, and I was the one that's going to everything, attending everything. Like, I went to everything back in the day. Like, any opportunity, I was like, I'm gonna go, because why not? Like,
yes.
And if I have the ability to do this, I'm gonna get this knowledge and go. And
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think what most people don't understand about Ashley Toman is that you've always been a go-getter. Like, literally a go-getter, and you always just put yourself out there, and now look at you.
Yeah, I'll try. But it's hard. I mean,
she's so sweet. I'm like, girl, where is it at? Let's go.
But I mean,
like, okay, I know. But I love it.
It's still such a journey though, because it's like, yes, I've had placements, but it's like, I haven't made it yet. I still have so much more I want to do. Like, I would love to write for Ariana Grande. I would love to write for Beyonce.
Stamp.
I would love to write for Summer Walker.
Stamp.
SZA.
Stamp.
Yeah, like,
okay.
I mean, I would love to write for these bigger artists and then ultimately put out, I have like a whole albums worth of music people haven't heard, and so I want to put out some of that music too. A lot of the music I've been writing, I feel like a lot of the music I have on Spotify and streaming platforms isn't really the music that I love, because I started thinking about the other day and I was like, if I loved my music the way that I loved music I listened to, I'd want to perform more. I wouldn't care as much about like how much are you paying me or like whatever. I would still want to get out there and just do it.
I love it.
Because I feel like life is short and I want to do what I feel like my assignment is on this earth.
Yes,
so
I love it. I was actually just listening to Oprah Winfrey earlier. I like to listen to her sometime on YouTube, and what she was saying is you should always live in the moment and make every moment count. Don't try to like have your goals and have your plans, but just live in the moment. Which brings me to my next question. Mr. Devious music.
Yes.
How was it? Like, how did you meet him?
So I did a sponsored ad last year, and that was kind of how I started my business. It was really random. I was just like, hey, if you guys want song placements, if you want to co-write with me, just get at me, and then I pay for a sponsored ad. Literally the next day, my inbox was full, and people were like, hey, like, yeah, I want my song placement. Can we do a co-write? And I was like, whoa, this could actually become like a business, which it has, and this is what I do full time now, really, just my music, but also like my business. So he was one of the people in my inbox and was like, hey, I have this record, do you want to sing on it? At the time, I was like, well, I already agreed to do like 5 or 6 songs, so I might have to wait till next month. But he sent me the record, and it was amazing. I loved the production and the song. I told him this. I met him in person last night for the first time, and I told him I felt like the song wrote itself. Because at the time it's a love song. It's called When I Loved You, and for me I took the pain from my previous relationship and put that into the song. So I feel like the song kind of wrote itself.
Wow.
And I love the song that I wrote for him. So
I think that is very interesting for artists to really understand, like, the process. There's different processes of writing music. Yeah. What is your process of writing a song?
My process of writing a song, I have to hear the melody first. So if I hear a track and nothing's coming to my head, it's not gonna work. I can't do it.
Period.
So I feel like there's, depending if it has to get done, I can do it, but I'm not gonna feel connected to it, and I want to feel connected to like every song that I write. So I have to first hear melodies, and then I fill it in with words. So it's always melody, and then the words.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the secret sauce, y'all. Stay tuned. Any words of encouragement to the youth that are out there watching you?
I say just keep going. I think that's the one thing about me is I don't quit, and I'm not gonna quit. And I think if you feel like this is your purpose and this is what you're on earth to do, keep doing it, because eventually something will happen. It might take a long time for me. It took a long time for anything to happen, and like 10 years for anything to happen, but I'm still young. I'm getting older, but I'm still young, and I feel like more things will continue to keep evolving, and the journey's not done. Just keep going. Yeah. Keep singing, keep writing if that's what you feel like that's your destiny.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I love it. Now, what do you consider good music?
I think if it makes you feel something, then that's really all that matters. And it doesn't have to be super deep. If it's deep, cool. Like if the message is hitting you at a place where it's giving you chills, cool. But it could just be like, oh, this is making me dance and I like it. So as long as it makes you feel something, then it's good. Yeah, then it's good.
Period.
Yeah.
Do you play any instruments?
I don't.
What?
I don't. I do have a piano, but I don't know how to play.
You're like, just sit right there.
Yeah.
It looks good. Yeah. Okay, so where can people find the Ashley Toman?
Everything under Ashley Toman. Social media, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. I don't use Twitter. I don't know why I said that. I don't think I have to.
It's still Ashley Toman though, okay?
Ashley Toman everywhere except for Facebook Music. It's Ashley Toman Music. I think on YouTube, Ashley Toman Music.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The name of your business?
Ashley Toman Music. LLC.
LLC, period. Stop that. I love it.
Yeah.
Actually, we're going to play a little game
Okay.
in just a moment.
Okay.
And I know you like to play games. She's like, what's about to go on? Okay.
What?
Careful. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
And I'll give you some choices, and you just give me the right answer.
Okay.
Sounds innocent enough?
Yeah.
Don't be nervous, girl. We're good.
Okay.
Are you an 80s baby, 70s, or 90s baby?
90s.
What?
When is I born?
Yeah.
Oh, 90.
90 what?
91.
Period.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This your stuff then.
Yeah.
You good.
Okay.
Okay. First question, Ashley.
Okay.
Here we go. Which of the following is not a member of 98 Degrees?
Okay.
A. Justin.
Justin was not a member of 98 Degrees.
You gotta wait, girl.
Okay.
She's like, wait a minute, not here, listen. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Which of the following is not a member of 98 Degrees? A. Justin. B. Brian. C. Drew.
Justin, right?
Brian.
Oh, okay.
She still love you, Justin. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Mr. Jones was performed by this group. A. Creed. B. Matchbox 20. Or C. Counting Crows.
I have no idea. I'm just gonna say Counting Crows.
They gotta know her music though. Yes.
No, I have no idea. I don't know the song.
Okay, here we go. In the 90s sitcom Golden Girls, what is the name of Blanche's grandson? A. David. B. John. Or C. Mark.
I'm just gonna say John. I made that up. I have no idea.
No, it was A. That's okay. That's okay.
I don't know the Golden Girls. I just know the song.
What?
Thank you for being a friend.
Come on, period.
But I never watched the show. I just like the theme song.
That's good. And she might rewrite it. We don't know. Look, we'll see. Okay. What year did the sitcom Friends screen to air? A. 1995. B. 1998. Or C. 1994. She was not born at all.
1994.
Period. Never on herself.
Was it? I just
Yes!
I don't even think I've seen a full Friends episode.
Girl, me neither, listen.
I'm gonna guess. I guessed a lot in the multiple choice in high school, and somehow I would like pass. I would just be guessing.
I'm glad I wasn't sitting next to you, but next time, listen, I got you. Look. Okay, last one. Here we go.
Okay.
In the 90s, what candy used the slogan, "The Fresh Maker"? A. Chiclets. B. Altoids. Or C. Mentos.
Mental.
I think I did the voice thing, Mentos.
Yeah.
The Fresh Maker. Okay.
I don't know.
Guys, this has been such a pleasure to have the beautiful Ashley Toman.
Thank you.
Ashley, congratulations on all your amazing success. The new single that's coming out in September. You guys be on the lookout. Any words that you want to tell to the viewers before we go?
Stay tuned for my EP that's coming out very soon. I'm not sure when, but I'm gathering all the songs, so it's going to be a really cool body of work, and I'm excited for people to hear it. So yeah, stay tuned.
Period, guys. The wonderful, the amazing, the beautiful Ashley Toman. H-Town, stand up. It's your girl, Carol Rose. We are easy out.